Imagine a spiritual path that honors the universal truths in all religions, that sees we are all one. Imagine a movement that respects each person's right to choose their spiritual path. Imagine a spiritual movement that empowers and unites rather than divides. This is unity. For more than a century, Unity has offered a positive, practical, and progressive approach to understanding and applying the teachings of Jesus and other spiritual masters. Unity is non-dogmatic and inclusive. Are you a Christian with questions, or just spiritually seeking? Are you curious to explore the universal truths that Jesus embodied and taught, concepts that extend beyond traditional Christian theology? Learn how Unity bridges Eastern and Western philosophy and how it can change your life. Experience God consciousness. Raise your awareness. Live more abundantly. We invite you to explore our network of churches and study centers and our world headquarters at Unity Village. Call or email anytime for prayer support.
Returning hate for hate multiplies hate. Adding deeper darkness to a night already devoid of stars. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
Good day. This is Reverend R. Ken, and I thank you for joining us at Unity of Chicago South Spiritual Community online and on demand. Today's affirmation of truth is brought to you by our own Bonnie Thompson Ford, followed by today's message. Namaste.
This is an open letter to Black America from Unity Ministers. We love you, and we embrace our responsibility to eradicate racism. It is our divine appointment to stand with you.
To see you.
To hear you.
To listen.
To be in conversation with you.
To be with your anger without judgment.
To know your sacred worth.
To acknowledge my privilege.
To take responsibility.
To confront complacency.
To back my words with action. Palabras con acción.
To be accountable for effecting change in my community.
To support Black-owned businesses.
To be a bender of the arc of the moral universe that bends toward justice.
To demand the end of police brutality.
To use my voice and my vote to end systemic racism.
To hold you and our country in prayer.
To be a call to action.
To be a voice for justice.
To be a voice for unity.
I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you, and so it is. I see the child in you. I see the sweetness in you. I see the softness in you, and so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I see the goodness in you. I see the wisdom in you. I see the strength in you, and so it is. I see the joy that's in you. I see your light shining through. I see the love that's in you, and so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I see the grace that's in you, I see the courage in you, and I see the heart that's in you, and so it is. And I see the beauty in you, I see the power in you, I see the greatness in you, and so it is. I see the beauty in you, I see the beauty in you, I see the power in you, I see the power in you, and I see the greatness in you, I see the greatness in you, and I see the goodness in you now, I see the goodness in you, and I see the wisdom in you, I see the wisdom in you. Oh, I see your strength, your strength. I see the strength in you, and I see your joy, joy, joy. I see the joy in you, and I see your light shining, light. I see the light in you, and I feel the love that's in you. I see the love in you, and I see the grace that's in you. I see the grace in you, and I see the courage in you. I see the courage in you, and I see the heart in you. I see the heart in you, and so it is. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is.
Faith. Faith is knowing. Knowing is the icing on the cake of faith. To know emphasizes connection with our request from the God within. It often takes time for us to internalize multi-dimensional thought and the movement of consciousness, to embrace the spirit energy functioning in our physical, which allows our cells and our organs to maintain life. We sometimes find difficulty recognizing the God spirit within that loves and awaits our mental awakening to these facts. Faith and knowing is integrated into the open, conscious elevation which allows attraction of faith and the knowing to bring manifestation of our desires. We are designed with flesh and spirit. We are allowed free will to think and to make decisions. We are one with spirit of love, integrated with power of thought. Therefore, your thinking, along with your faith and knowing, is key. We must remember and be aware of our requests, that they may also come with a need for growth and development, targeted for soul expansion. Faith and knowing is attached to the oneness energy of a loving universe, of a loving God. And so it is.
God is, I am right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am. God is, I am. Right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am.
Unity of Chicago South Spiritual Community. Thanks everyone watching today's celebration. We appreciate your support. Your financial support helps us sustain and grow this Beyond Walls ministry. UCS accepts your financial support online or by mail. You may use the Cash App, Unity Chicago South. You may select Unity of Chicago South from the Give Lifey app found on our website, www.unityocs.org. You can also mail donations to Unity of Chicago South. The mailing address is 1448 East 52nd Street Suite 132 Chicago, Illinois 60615. Continue watching this online space, donate your support and spread the word that Unity of Chicago South is Beyond Walls online. Health and wellness to each and every one of you.
Good day. Good day, good day, good day. I'm Reverend R. Ken Turner. You are, you're joining us at Unity of Chicago South as we stream live our celebration. We call it our Sunday celebration. We are let's say 90% online community. As the current situation abates, we will find ways to fellowship in person together, mask or unmask, whatever the proper protocol is at that particular time. But for the most part, we bring our message to you. We share our message. We share our celebration online, streaming. And before we get into today's message, today's celebration, the things we do on Sunday, I looked and I said, this online, I know that things are changing, but this online, to be totally online, and there was a little shakiness in this, like, wow, I don't know, when things change, I'm sure people are going to flock back into being shoulder to shoulder inside of church for the fellowship and for whatever other reasons. And then as I continue to look at TV, let us say, or listen to the radio, I would hear things like, get your doctorate degree in whatever it may be online. Get your training online. Learn how to be online. And it came back to me that we are definitely on a cutting edge to say, get your spirituality online on a regular basis, just as you would on any given Sunday going inside of a building. We've worked hard to get to this point and to grow from this point, and I want to thank all of you that have participated in this growth. We're looking for even greater things in this upcoming year, this upcoming month, this upcoming day, right now. Not later on, but right now. So with that said, I want to also give you some reminders. One of them is something that you may or may not know. You can request spiritual support from our ministerial team to Reverend Doctors and myself. And the way that it works, you have a couple of ways that you can do it. You can email your request to innerquestprayer@unityocs.org, or you can text a request to 773-876-8998. Now, you can also go to our website, unityocs.org, and we have support information there. So if you didn't write it down, just go over to the website. There's a spot that says support, spiritual support, and it gives the numbers and the text number and also the email address. We also have a podcast. We've been doing this for several months now. It's called Inner Quest, and you can find it on many of the popular podcast platforms, Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, and also on Spotify. And then a gift to you, those of you that are looking for more prosperity, more abundance in your financial world, in your financial consciousness, there's a treatment that has been around for quite some time, and people have used it, and it's worked for them. It's worked for them. Was developed originally by Raymond Barker, and it's called the Unexpected Money Treatment. And we have put that link up on our website, the Unexpected Money Treatment, so you can go over, download it, and work with the program as it's indicated. It gives you the instructions. It's not a challenging program. It's something relatively simple. There's some statements that you work to bring into your consciousness, and then you allow them to work. Now, everything that I mentioned to you again can be found on our website, and that's unityocs.org. Thank you. There is an infinite source available to everyone. It's there for each who seek it. No matter your race, gender, or religion, believe what you may, but know that the source of the universe is also the source of each of us. Therefore, the principle supporting the stars is also the principle supporting and available to each of us. Now, as I declare this statement in the first person, I want you to feel that I am declaring it for all. I am open and receptive to this divine living principle. Father, Mother God, I am grateful. This is my declaration. This is my truth. As I accept it, so it becomes, and all is well, and well indeed. And today we have a repeat from our poet last week, Lotta B, and this was published in 2019. Rest my soul in God's love as you live every day. Relax in his faithfulness as you go along your way. Embrace others' happiness. Share with those in need. Seek peace with your neighbors, both in words and deed. Take things nice and easy. Be glad for all you've got. Not so fast and furious, gripping on those who do not. Fix your attention on God and not so much on others. Your times are in his hands. That is all that matters. Note to self, O my soul, as you do the best you can, learn not to get upset when things don't go according to plan. Relax in God's goodness. You know his ways are sublime. He's never in a hurry, but is always on time. Always on time. Do you have to have faith or even believe in God to pray? Reverend Coleman would pose the question, how big is your God? Now, I took that to mean, was my belief in God bigger than the situation that I was facing? Well, it was a fair question. But today, the question is, where is your God? In the Eric Butterworth series, A Course in Practical Metaphysics, he states that a God out there is an idea of an absence of God. Now, the operative words here are an idea. See, because there cannot be a real absence of that which is omnipresent. Omnipresence is oneness. Omnipresence is oneness. Sometimes it is expressed this way. We live, you've heard it, we live, move, and have our being in God. In God. In divine consciousness. In universal flow. That place we are in is also the place that we are from. Let me stop just for a moment. We live and move and have our being in God. That place we are in is also the place we are from. We are from God. We live and move and are being from God, from divine consciousness, from universal flow. Consciously connecting with the in and the from is the foundation to guiding or redirecting our life experiences. One more time. One more time. One more time. If we understand that we are in and from, we can begin to redirect our life experiences. We can make better. There was a beautiful song that Karen Drucker sang. I see the beauty in you. I see the joy in you. I see the wonderfulness in you. We want to raise ourselves to a level of consciousness that we can sing that song to ourselves. We can redirect our life experiences to have that level of appreciation about ourselves. See, all there is actually has its origin, think about it, comes from the same place that we have our being. And our being is in what? All that there is, the origin of it, you hold on to that thought, the origin of it. So some folks are thinking, well, the cars and the clothes and the no, the origin of it, the idea of it, everything comes from the same place that we live and move and have our being and we are in. Another name for this place of allness is source consciousness. Source consciousness. We live, move, have our being in and from source consciousness. Now within this invisible, yet connectable, yet touchable, yet feelable, mystic place is the origin of the faith faculty, or the root principle of the principle we call faith. Faith is an aspect of our unadulterated consciousness, one free of human limitations, doubt, unadulterated by obstacles, undaunted by whatever's in front of it. Divine faith comes with the gift. Divine faith comes with the gift of the ability and the inalienable right to connect with it. Say it again, minister. You have a right to connect with the faith at its core, at its root, from the source consciousness where it originates. You don't have to get someone else's faith. You don't have to have faith that's weak. You have the right to connect with the source faith. The right. Now, there's a catch, slight catch. The path to connect is through you. The path to connect is through us. It is through the individual seeking it. Now, I know. What you may say, what you may exclaim, I find my faith within myself. Is that what you're telling me? I find my faith within myself. I have to find faith in me. That's what you're telling me. I've heard that all my life. So is that another way of saying I must have faith in myself? You're saying I have to find my faith through me, so you're saying I have to have faith in myself? No. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is that which we seek abides with us in source consciousness. We are in source consciousness. And as source consciousness is in us. You see what I'm saying here? The faith that we're seeking is right with us at the source of us, source consciousness. And source consciousness, being omnipresent, is already in us. So therefore, it is the path through us to get to the faith that we want. We're talking about oneness. That's really what this is all about. Oneness. What is really oneness? Omnipresence. That's what's being said. Oneness, omnipresent. Faith is already present. Just as we are already present. As we are already moving and being and even in source consciousness. So if there is nowhere else to go, if there is nowhere else to be, how do I rearrange my life experience, minister? You say that all there is, I live and I move and I have my being in God. That means there's only God. There's only God. There's only this oneness. There's only the omnipresence of God means that God is everywhere present, including in me and outside of me and every place else. There's nowhere I can go to get away from. So since that's the case, how am I able to use it? How am I able to take it and rearrange my life experience so it's the way I want it? See, when I realize that we are both in and from source consciousness, when we realize and are able to say that I am both in and from source consciousness, and that faith is both in and from source consciousness, we are on our way. Now, you said, but it's through me. It's not through you. It's not through a book. It's not through the Bible. It's not. You're telling me it's through me. I'm telling you that it's through you. That's the only place it can be. But all of those things, the teachers, the ministers, the books, the Bible, the sayings, are all designed to key your energy to focus back to the source. We've been misled to think that what I read is the thing. No, it's not what you read is the thing. It's the reading of that thing to get you to you. Huh? What? There's no place else to go. If we're talking omnipresence, if we're talking oneness, you can't get away from it. It's already there. And everything is designed to direct you to your source. Let's understand that. It's all designed to direct you to your source. Share a quick story with you. Long time ago, long time ago, there was something called an operator. And when you picked up the phone, you had to ask the operator to connect you to someone else. You had to go through the operator so that you could talk to someone else, so you could connect with someone else. And then things evolved, and you didn't have to use the operator anymore. You could dial one and then dial whoever you wanted to, and then evolved even more. We're at the point now that merely putting a area code in front of a number gets you where you want to go, no matter what type of phone you're using. There was an evolution in being able to connect to the person, the entity that you wanted to connect to. There's an evolution available to you that you can connect with that faith, with that source, because you are already in it. And once you recognize it, you evolve to the point that the things you read, the things you hear, move you back inside to yourself, where you will find that unadulterated faith. Wow, this is a heavy Sunday, huh? Not at all. You know what this is? This is a takeoff of something that that was popular for a while, and they said if you want, and they made it black people, but it's really human beings. If you really want a human being not to know something, put it in a book. Put it in a book. So you say, well, how does that work with me? If you really want to make it hard for a human being to evolve to the spiritual level that they can, put it inside of them. And make them think it's all out here. When all out here is really there to direct them back in here. See, God or source consciousness is centered in you, in me. And at the same time it is centered in me and in you, we are centered in it. Oneness, omnipresence. There can be no separation in reality. You are centered in divine source. I am centered in divine source, and divine source is the center of each of us. It is our core. It is our natural, divine state. Now, you say, well, where are you getting this stuff? Is this some mamby-pamby, pseudo, neo-spiritual psychology? Well, where does it come from? Well, actually, you could find it in your scripture. this oneness, this omnipresence, this source being in you and you being in the source. Yeah. This place where the Father knows our needs before we do. You ever heard that? He knows what you need before you do. Oneness, omnipresence, I in the source in me. I'll give you another one. It is the Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. It is the Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. No. Let's listen. Both of those are scriptures. You know that. I didn't fool any of you. See, scripture said that is how God, source consciousness, sees you. How God, source consciousness, sees me. Now the question becomes, how do you see God? Where do you locate God? What do you believe? How do you see your divine source? Now these are questions of consciousness. Is your understanding and acceptance of your source one that is out there somewhere? Remember what Butterworth stated, that a belief, that's a belief of that nature, an out there God, is an idea, doesn't mean it's real, it's an idea of an absence of God, a negative or lack consciousness. Wow. So if prayer opens us up to faith and we lean on the belief of an external God, then our faith will be of an external nature. Let me say it again. If our prayer is designed to open us up to faith, lead us to faith, and we lean on a belief of an external God, then our faith will be of an external nature, and therefore our prayers are going outward instead of where they are most effective, which is inward. Your core, your center, your source consciousness is within you. To pray out here is to pray away from who and what you really are. I see the beauty in you. I see the joy in you. And so it is. In you. In you. We live and move and are in source consciousness, God, divine presence. You can choose any name that you want. It won't change a thing. Our prayers, our practice, our efforts to develop a believing attitude which supports a believing consciousness, which leads us to a faith that is stronger than anything we've experienced. A core faith. A faith from that core. See, our goal is to be conscious of our current presence in the oneness. Right now, you and I are in the oneness, no matter what. That's scary, isn't it? Rev, you don't know what my life is like right now. You're telling me that I'm in God right now. I can't believe it. My life is just a total toadstool. Yes. You cannot have oneness. You cannot have omnipresence and then not be in that presence. It doesn't work that way. Not at all. We have an opportunity to release the idea of separation. And when we do that, we are freeing ourselves to move in an uninhibited oneness. An uninhibited oneness. When we free ourselves of thinking that there's a separation, we can now move and truly have our being inside the wholeness of God. Source consciousness, universal law, name it what you will. And in that oneness that we can release ourselves from feeling estranged from, all that exists in its origin state. When we're able to release no matter what and accept the fact that no matter what, no matter how I feel, I am in the oneness. I am in the presence. I am in the only place that there is. When we're able to do this, we are working in conjunction with the oneness. The oneness that the master teacher that Jesus spoke about in John 10:30. I and the Father are one. Huh? Let me say it again. The scripture for the Bible folks that was spoken of. I and the Father are one. Or again later on in John 14:9. Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father. Huh? Oneness. The faith faculty is within the presence of source consciousness. Source consciousness is the core of our being. Aware or not, we exist within the core. Doesn't matter whether I know it or not. It has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with my religion. It has nothing to do with my spiritual practice. I'm already there. Now this path to the conscious connection is through prayer. The path through conscious connection. See, I'm already connected, but I'm not conscious of the fact that I'm connected. Now I want to be conscious of the fact that I am connected, and I do this through prayer and through my practice. As I focus it on the inner core of the who and what I am. Turning this whole thing around. Working to get into the consciousness that everything that God is within me. And everything I need is within me in its original state. That means it hasn't manifested yet. It's still in the invisible state. And I have the right, I have inherited the right to bring it forth and manifest in my life, to make it visible. That's my right. Now that I know where it is, the gold mine, the plutonium mine, the platinum mine is within me. It is not out there somewhere. That's a whole nother lesson. I'm feeling it coming on. It's within me. Now, right now, let's take that idea that it's all within me. Let's take that into our inner kingdom. Father, Mother, God, I release all thoughts of separation. No matter where I've been, no matter what I've done, no matter where I am right now, I understand, I accept, I know, I believe in the oneness. I believe that if you see me, you see the Father. I believe with all my heart. And I am willing to learn to walk in that belief so I can get to the faith from that source consciousness, the faith that overcomes all things. I am willing. I am ready. I accept. I go within right now, in this moment, and touch the hem of the Christ consciousness that is in me. And as I do, I release concerns. I release doubts. I release inhibitions. I move. I live. I am in the consciousness of God. And I thank you for that. I thank you for that. I thank you for making me an heir to the kingdom. And so it is. God bless until next time. This is Reverend R. Ken. Hang on. There's a message coming for you.